News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of March 2023 and it's equivalent to 22nd of Sha'ban 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines. CBN orders banks to accept all 200 Naira, 500 Naira and 1000 Naira banknotes. Federal government approves NIN verification fees for speedy passport processes. Yobe Auditor General sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for fraud. And on the foreign scene, North Korea fires 2 ballistic missiles. And in sports, Vincent Enyema ranked Africa's greatest goalkeeper. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayet Sani Ibrahim. The Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) last night directed all banks to obey the Supreme Court order on the old 200 Naira, 500 Naira and 1000 Naira notes. The Apex Bank, in a statement by the AG, Director of Communication Isa Abdul Mumin, said in compliance with the established tradition of obedience to court orders and sustenance of the rule of law principle that characterized the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, and by extension, the operations of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) as a regulator. Deposit money banks operating in Nigeria have been directed to comply with the Supreme Court ruling of March 3, 2023. The CBN directive came shortly after the presidency yesterday said President Muhammadu Buhari did not instruct or direct the Attorney General of the Federation (AGF) and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San and Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) Godwin Emefiele to disobey the Supreme Court order on the Naira swap deadline. The leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the federal government to end the Naira scarcity in the country. The Labour Union threatened to go on strike if the issue was not resolved at the expiration of the ultimatum. The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, gave the ultimatum, on Monday in Abuja at the opening session of the Central Working Committee meeting of the Labour Union. Ajero, who frowned at the hardship being faced by Nigerians following the Naira redesign policy of the federal government, warned that on the expiration of the 7 days, workers will be directed to stay away from work if nothing was done to ameliorate the situation. Ajero also condemned the forced scarcity in the country, lamenting that workers and Nigerians were being pushed to the wall. The federal government has approved the categories of fees for the verification of national identification numbers to speed up the process of passport application and issuance. The new arrangement, which will take effect from April 1, is in furtherance of the directive by the government to streamline passport application, renewal and issuance processes, according to a report by The Nation. Under the new arrangement, Nigerians seeking to obtain such verification at home anywhere within the country will pay 1,000 Naira, those elsewhere but on the African continent will pay $5, and those domiciled in other countries outside Africa will pay $15. According to a statement by the head of corporate communications of the National Identity Management Commission, Kayode Adegoke, the development is a joint framework with the Nigerian Immigration Service. Justice Muhammad Lawal of the Yobe State High Court on Monday sentenced the Auditor General for Local Government Yobe State, Alhaji Idris Yahaya, to 5 years imprisonment. Yahaya, who is standing trial over alleged misappropriation, was found guilty and convicted by Justice Muhammad Lawal of the Yobe State High Court on a 1-count charge of criminal misappropriation to the tune of 19,900 million naira, according to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). Yahaya received funds from the Office of the Auditor General for Local Government and Emirate Affairs, Yobe State, for the purchase of an official vehicle, a 2015 Toyota Corolla, and diverted part of the money to his personal use. It was gathered he was first arraigned on Wednesday, November 9, 2022, and pleaded not guilty to the charges, setting the stage for his full trial. The judge further directed the convict to pay 10 million naira in restitution to Yobe State government through the EFCC or serve additional 2 years in prison. Both chambers of the National Assembly, Senate, and the House of Representatives have postponed the plenary till Tuesday, March 21, 2023 earlier. The Parliament had adjourned plenary till Tuesday, March 14, to enable lawmakers to participate in the governorship and state assembly elections earlier fixed for March 11, but was later shifted to March 18. The clerk of the Senate, Chinedu Francis Akubweze, disclosed this in a message sent to the distinguished senators on Monday. Similarly, the clerk of the House of Representatives, Dr. Yahaya Danzaria, told the lawmakers that the change in resumption date is to enable them to partake in the polls. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAM) has shifted the 2023 Universal Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) mock examination earlier scheduled for Thursday, March 16 to Thursday, March 30. Head Public Affairs and Protocol of the examination body, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, told newsmen in Abuja yesterday that the shift became necessary following the postponement of the governorship elections from March 11 to March 18. Benjamin added that by the same token, no examination will be started 1 hour after the scheduled commencement time, as the session will be scheduled for any vacant or available slot. Benjamin called on candidates who might experience delay to log into the system to quietly leave the hall and move to the holding area to await further instructions. He also urged candidates not to leave the examination center until they have been notified of the day and time of their rescheduled examination. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Monday reserved judgment on the Osun State government appeal filed by Governor Ademola Adeleke. The appeal filed by Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party is against the judgment of the tribunal, which invalidated his election as governor of Osun State. The three-member panel of justice, led by Justice M.F. Shuaibu, began sitting on the appeal at about 10 a.m. While Adeleke is the appellant, Oyetola and the All Progressives Congress (APC) are first and second respondents in the appeal. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and the PDP are also joined as third respondents and fourth respondents, respectively. The Kano State Fire Service confirmed that a fire incident on Monday razed some shops, including the upper building of Old Savannah Bank at Singa Market in Kano. A statement by the Public Relations Officer of the Fire Service, Saminu Abdullahi, disclosed that the fire started around 2:18 a.m. However, Abdullahi said several temporary shops were completely razed by the fire, adding that the fire service was yet to ascertain the cause and the accurate number of the affected shops. And on the foreign scene, North Korea fired two short-range ballistic missiles Tuesday, Seoul said. Pyongyang's second launch in 3 days and the first since South Korea and the United States began their largest joint military drills in 5 years. Washington and Seoul have ramped up defense cooperation in the face of growing military and nuclear threats from the North, which was conducted a series of increasingly provocative banned weapons tests in recent months. The launch comes just days after Pyongyang fired two strategic cruise missiles from a submarine in an apparent protest over the U.S.-South Korea drills. A rare move. Seoul's military this month revealed that the two allied special forces were staging military exercises dubbed Thick Knife, which involves simulating pressure strikes on key facilities in North Korea ahead of Freedom Shield. The Freedom Shield exercises focus on the changing security environment due to North Korea's redoubled aggression, the allies have said. And in sports, Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Onyema have been ranked as the greatest African goalkeeper in history. Onyema was selected above other legendary African goalkeepers such as Joseph Anthony Bell, Thomas Nkono, and Essam El Hadri by the International Federation of Football History and Statistics. The decision, according to the body, was reached on the basis of the former Super Eagles' goals, outstanding performances for both club and country in a career spanning over a decade. Onyema played for several clubs, starting from Eyimba International right in Nigeria, then moved on to Europe, where he donned the shirts of Bnei Yehuda, Hapoel Tel Aviv, and Lille. Among others, the former Super Eagles captain represented the Nigerian national team in 3 World Cup tournaments and played a key role in the team's victory in the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations. With this story, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.